All right, I'm gonna make my next pick really slowly, just for the people listening to this on 2x.
I love it. Welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing, and what are you drinking this week, my friend?
Hi, Daniel. I'm doing okay. I'm super excited for tonight's episode. It's one I think we both have wanted to do forever. I'm drinking just regular Buffalo Trace on the rocks. It's my focus drink. Get focused. Get into it. So, I'm excited.
Get in the zone, man. We got a draft to do right now. You got to win. And we are joined this week, our first returning guest. So I guess we didn't turn him off too much in our first time having him on. We are joined once again by Keith Raynor, who you can hear every Friday on the Deep Look podcast, if you're into Frisbee and that sort of thing. If not, though, hopefully we'll have a good time anyway. Keith, how are you doing, and what are you drinking this week?
When you said get in the zone, all I could think was AutoZone, by the way. I almost blurted it out. It took a lot of control.
Get in the zone.
Note to self.
AutoZone.
We should draft jingles.
They are a sponsor.
Drafting, mind-numbing commercials would be fantastic. Absolutely.
What would we do
I
with
want
them?
the Jake from State Farm guy.
What would the goal be, though?
To make the most annoying 6 minutes of television.
Jones Barbecue Foot Massage.
Oh my god, it's Flo from Progressive again. I can't do Flo anymore.
It's funny that you see me being back as oh, you guys did really good. I thought it's me who impressed you enough to be back.
We ran out of lists in our phone. We ran out of contacts.
No, there's actually a commercial on right now during the PGA Championship. It's a John Legend commercial for, I think, Buy, some drink, and he's singing "Come with Me and You'll Be in a World of Pure Imagination" from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And it came on today for the umpteenth time, and I literally said, "Fuck you, John Legend," because I was so angry that it was on my TV again. So that would be my first pick.
This is something I think about as someone who organizes ad buys. How often do you advertise so much that it goes all the way around the corner from being effective to now being ineffective, and now people are going to actively avoid you and not
Buick
buy
commercials
your
are the same way for me. I will never buy a Buick car because of how obnoxious their commercials are. Anyway, Preston, we're not drafting those things this week. And by the way, I'm drinking a Strongbow hard apple cider honey that has been in my mini fridge for, I think, 2 years.
I'm drinking Elijah Craig. I wasn't really familiar with.
I don't even know what that is.
Drink with this whiskey, but it's nice. It's regularly available, so I always kind of assumed it wasn't very good. But I saw it listed very frequently, so I was like, all right, let me give it a shot.
Before we get into it, Keith, you're a whiskey person. If you see somebody take a very expensive whiskey and put ice in it, does that make you shrink up, or are you hey, to each his own,
No, I'm a to each his own. I think you should try it. You should taste it pre-ice, but there is something nice. Sometimes you need to water down. I've seen people suggest that you can even take whiskey connoisseurs will take eyedroppers with water in, and just putting in a drop or two of water apparently really changes the flavor profile.
Releases the tannins or something.
Basically that version in whiskey. So you can change the flavor profile of the whiskey over time by releasing more and more water.
All right. See, Dad, stop yelling at me.
Are you guys done with the elitist whiskey conversation? I don't even... what you're drinking whiskey? I don't even know. Anyway, Preston, what are we drafting this week, man?
Tonight, we are drafting the perfect fast food meal. We've got 6 slots to fill, similar to our Game of Thrones episode. We're going to fill a burger, chicken item, fries, non-fry side item, dessert, and a flex or utility spot. If a food item in one of the categories is taken from a particular fast food joint, no others in that category can be taken from that restaurant. As an example, if somebody takes a double quarter pounder, I can't come in next round and take a quarter pounder. Not really fair. So, any questions from the two boys here?
Well, I think we should quantify or qualify what a fast food restaurant is for these premises.
Yeah, so we're looking at restaurants that have at least 1,000 locations. Isn't it funny how I keep saying restaurants when I would never say that in real life? I would never
I like that you
call
said
Wendy's
joint.
a restaurant. Yeah, I would never
fast food
call
restaurant.
Wendy's a restaurant. Yeah, I guess. But, okay, we're looking at places with 1,000 locations. It has to have a drive-thru. And to really weed out all the stragglers, it has to have some form of combo on the menu. We're not drafting combos. It's just a prerequisite to qualify. So, like, if your local Papa John's is a drive-thru, sorry, does not qualify. It's not a number 2 that you're ordering off the menu.
Right. Starbucks is another one that clearly, doesn't match up to that. Despite all of them having drive-thrus and, I think maybe fitting a lot of the other criteria for what a fast food restaurant is.
Sure.
But anyway, Keith, are you good with that?
That works for me. We did a lot of discussion to hash this out because I think there's a lot of definitions of fast food. If people include like pizza or subs, I see like even donut shops considered fast food, and like to me that just doesn't quite line up with what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite the spirit of it. Well, it's good that you're ready with that, Keith, because you have the first pick. I will have the second pick, and Preston will have the third pick. And, of course, as always, classic 6-round snake draft, so the order will reverse on even rounds. So, Keith, why don't you get us started with the first pick of the fast food meal draft?
This is quite a spot because this is about, like, assessing what everybody else is going to pick. Like, what's my most important, most under attack pick? Because we have these segmented categories, which we didn't have on the first draft. So it's like you're trying to fill your different positions on the team, but you got to make sure you get the best one at the best price, so to speak.
Yeah, you're analyzing each category on its like depth. I think I talked about this in our like Game of Thrones episode. Like if there's a lot of wide receivers, then wide receivers become suddenly less important to take early. That kind of thing. Yeah, I'm also struggling with how to assess that.
So this is definitely like a position that I'm struggling to even figure out where exactly I want to go because I don't know where like the best value is. But I think I'm going to start in maybe a non-traditional place, and that is in dessert. I guess I have a famous sweet tooth among our like social group, so maybe this makes
Definitely
sense
true.
for me. But I think that this might be the biggest gap from this item in this category to everything else that's in this category. So I'm going to go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard to start with my dessert. I think that this is just so far and away the best fast food dessert that you can find it at the restaurants of these locations. And so it was important to me to get it up front.
Did anybody have any item from Dairy Queen besides the Blizzard on their list?
No. Okay, I was just about to address this, basically. I also had the Blizzard as one, but I think critically, in taking the Blizzard, you also eliminate so many other good ice cream treats that, like, if for whatever reason the Blizzard wasn't your go-to, which actually it usually is not for me, I was going to take the Blizzard because it's clearly, like, the popular choice. But, yeah, I mean, eliminating all of Dairy Queen desserts and also getting the clear all-star of the Dairy Queen desserts feels pretty good for your first pick.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider any of the hot food. I've tried hard not. I like I'm morally opposed to eating a burger at an ice cream shop.
Right.
It's just not.
That's what Dairy Queen is. It seems like a place that specializes in dessert that has food available in case you were stranded and could only go to Dairy Queen. So
you know when you go to like a sushi restaurant and they also serve like Greek food or something, and you're like,
or they have like a grilled cheese
right
on the kids menu just for that one.
Yeah, you're like I can't eat that. I stick to your thing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, well, Keith goes dessert first overall. Very on brand. Really appreciate that. I think we're all kind of in the same boat as Keith mentioned. It's hard to gauge what slot is the most valuable to fill here. I'm not sure that this is the most valuable, but I'm going to go for it because I feel pretty confident Preston would. Really, I think both of you and most people, our age group, I think, value Chick-fil-A very highly. I actually do not eat at Chick-fil-A because I'm morally opposed to eating at Chick-fil-A. But when I did eat at Chick-fil-A, I very much liked their chicken nuggets. And there are a lot of different ways that I could have gone with the chicken realm here. But I'm knocking all of you guys from being able to get Chick-fil-A chicken here. which feels big. And I'm going to get the chicken nuggets because I think it's a better complement to getting a burger further down the line than getting one of the chicken sandwiches. So getting Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets as my chicken item here with my first pick.
That hurts. I mean, so can we talk about what that excludes? Because I mean, Chick-fil-A is basically just chicken, right? So like, does that exclude pretty much everything on the menu?
All chicken items, man. There are sides.
Can I get a spicy
and
item? Can I get a spicy item?
No, it's
No?
because you're gonna get a spicy chicken item, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, I was gonna get the spicy chicken sandwich if I couldn't get the regular one. Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry, man.
all
Alright.
three of us are from the South, so like Chick-fil-A is like bred into
It's a
us.
staple.
When I moved to Ohio, there was like one Chick-fil-A or two, and people had never had it before. And at work, I brought people chicken biscuits. They didn't know Chick-fil-A at breakfast, and I was like, "You haven't had Chick-fil-A if you haven't had Chick-fil-A breakfast."
Yeah.
But then a bunch of them wouldn't have it because they were like, "Who eats chicken for breakfast?" I was like, "What are you? You're missing
What are
out."
you
Get on
talking
it.
about?
Get with it, rest of the
Truly-
country.
Yeah, if you have eaten a Chick-fil-A and not had Chick-fil-A breakfast, a chicken biscuit is easily the best thing on the menu. Like,
Whoa.
no contest.
I don't know that I would go that far.
Yeah,
it is
I don't
pretty
know
good
either.
though.
It is very good.
But anyway, Preston, after breaking your heart, you gotta take your picks here.
Yeah. So I get two back to back. Again, just gonna reiterate everybody else's struggles, but for me this time. You know what's so strange is I feel like the chicken category really has two main players and everybody else is just chasing. So I feel like if I don't get one of those two main players, I'm gonna be screwed. And I'm actually going to take an item that I've never eaten before, which is very strange to me. Yeah, and I'm going to get the Popeye's chicken sandwich. Now I have never had it. I have heard things that certainly cannot be true, like hyperbole that just could not actually exist. But clearly, it's very popular. It seems like to a lot of people right now, the Chick-fil-A sandwich and the Popeye's chicken sandwich are running 1A, 1B right now, which was not the case last year or 2 years ago. So I feel like that's a good place to kind of lock in that category and not have to worry about it later.
I actually just recently had the Popeye's chicken sandwich for the very first time, just a few weeks ago, actually. And it was good. I mean, like, it definitely is good. I think it's better than the Chick-fil-A equivalent, which is if you just get the chicken breast fried on a sandwich with the pickles. That's basically all it is, and the Popeyes has a little bit of sauce. I just feel like there's more that a chicken sandwich can be than that. You know, I when I still ate a Chick-fil-A, I really liked this, like, the deluxe chicken spicy deluxe chicken sandwich because it had like the cheese on it and the veggies on it that just bring it to another level. I kind of wanted that with the Popeyes chicken sandwich, but for what it is, definitely like elite tier for what it is. But I felt like the hype was a little much. It didn't change my world. You know, my eyes weren't open and I was seeing everything differently all of a sudden just because I had the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I would say that I think the Chick-fil-A sandwich is better. I think the chicken is better inside, but I will give the Popeyes credit for including what I believe is like a Chipotle mayo sauce, and the breading I think is a bit thicker. So if you're like into getting a lot of that
little
crunchy
crunchy,
breading on the outside,
yeah. Very crunchy.
I would
The
you might
crispiness is
prefer the Popeyes, but I think the Chick-fil-A is still the gold standard as far as chicken sandwiches go.
Oh, Preston, by the way, did you get the spicy or the non-spicy there?
I probably just got the regular.
Okay.
I would go
Big,
on both.
man.
big
Spicy.
mistake. Big
Really?
mistake.
You're
You just
missing
tanked
out.
your whole draft. My God.
I mean, I personally would go for either, but I feel like if I'm going for mass appeal on the internets here, I'm just gonna go for regular.
Oh my gosh.
when I ordered,
This is picking a bodyguard all over again.
wow,
God,
throwback.
I hate
Keith
this.
listens to the show. Thank you, Keith.
Oh my god.
When I ordered my spicy chicken sandwich, there were like two teenage guys in front of me ordering also chicken sandwiches, and they did not get one did not get the spicy. And I was so disgusted with the guy who did not get the spicy. What are you doing, man? What are you doing going
Really?
to Popeyes and not getting the spicy?
Well, can
chicken?
I
kind of
didn't
game are we playing
specify.
here?
Can I change my mind?
Sure. Yeah. I'm trying to throw you a rope.
Yeah,
here, man.
I'll get the spicy.
Okay.
That doesn't convince me.
Very generous.
It was
After
very
mocking
generous.
him
Can I
for making
also
the wrong
go back
pick.
in time about 4 weeks and not take them out as vice president?
You cannot do that.
I
Sorry.
want literally anybody else.
Yeah, literally anyone else would have been better, but it's fine. Okay, Preston, you do have another pick here. Let's see how you follow it up.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go dessert category again for the same reason, where, like, I really want this little dude on my team, and I feel like it's iconic enough to earn me some votes. And I'm going to take the Frosty from Wendy's. Also, there is no fry you can order that doesn't taste better when you dip it into that Frosty. So definitely a nice accessory to have when you're building a team. It kind of complements all the players around him. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
I actually am not huge on the fry and the Frosty. That's not my bag, but like I'm not hating. You do you.
We've not touched on this
fine.
yet, but Keith has a very particular food idiosyncrasies. One of the reasons we brought him on for this episode.
Not only that, folks. I mean, I'm the kind of person that like I like to go to like a Michelin star restaurant if I can. Like if like I am not afraid to eat.
He's a real
eat
conundrum.
a Taco Bell one night and then the next night,
Yeah.
to have something a lot fancier. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the delicacies of food.
A very short tangent here. Keith and I were driving in the car together, and it was like 2:00 in the morning in Sarasota, Florida. And he's driving. He pulls up to the Wendy's drive-thru, rolls down the window, and just silence. And we wait because Keith's like, "I'm not leaving and going somewhere else. You will take my order." And about 2 minutes later, the intercom lights up and is like, "Yeah." And Keith's like, "I was thinking this might be a place I could get some Wendy's," which is like the most amazing way to order fast food.
On a hunch, Keith?
Has prompted me to drive up to a Taco Bell, and they say, "Can I take your order?" And I have said, "Do you guys have anything from Taco Bell here?"
Just a gut feeling for you, huh, Keith? That Wendy's might have Wendy's.
Look, sometimes you gotta go on instinct.
Totally true. I hope it paid off for you and Preston. All right. I'm up now with my second pick. I'm kind of furious that the Blizzard and Frosty are gone. I feel like they were clearly the top two desserts. I'm not really sure what direction I'm going to go there. But now clearly I'm not going to take them because, you guys can't take more. Well, I guess you could take more desserts, couldn't you, with the flex spot. But anyway, I only
you
have...
gotta pick fast, boy.
I only have one burger listed for my burger spot, which is probably a mistake, but I'm not a huge Big Mac fan, which will probably upset a lot of people. But I'm going to take a double Whopper with cheese here as my burger. It's my favorite of like the staple burgers. It's what I grew up eating. It's just my favorite. It's so good. I don't know. I mean, it's something about the flame char, Great fast food burger.
I forget that Burger King has good burgers because everything else they make is completely bad.
It's so true. But the Whopper is really good. But everything else is bad. They just need to stick to the making the damn Whopper.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you can get 25 chicken nuggets for just 13 cents.
Yeah.
But
I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't really want that.
It's just I can't help but feel like it just feels derivative of McDonald's. Like it just always feels like the little brother. Like, hey, can I come too? I don't know.
But if you were to just pull the beef patty out of a Burger King burger and the beef patty out of a McDonald's burger, it would not be anywhere close. Like the beef from Burger King is significantly better. Something's going on there. But
it's all in the flame broil, man, and
guess so.
the fake grill marks.
Well, and the probably fake smoke that's coming out of a Burger King 90% of the time. Which
No,
is
that's
just kind
real
of a
smoke.
Weird.
Something is on fire
thing.
in there.
Is it the? It's not the ice cream.
It's the tomato. It's the tomato.
It's their signature.
All right, Keith, you got back-to-back picks now. Last pick of the second round, first pick of the third.
Ooh, I forgot I get the daily double.
The swing,
yeah. Well, that's a nice bonus because now I get an extra thing. Well, I guess after hearing the things that Preston had to say about burger quality, I don't want to risk it. I, like Prentice, do not have a strong pull towards a burger, and I think that the burgers are generally mediocre. I wish that there are a couple of places that don't meet our qualifications that I would happily take as a burger. Given that we are trying to assemble a meal and the burger's not going to be the best part here, I don't want to go out of control. So I'm going to go to Wendy's, which I think of the major fast food joints probably has the second best burger. and I don't want Preston to take it since we just heard his disdain for McDonald's. So I'm going to take a junior bacon cheeseburger.
A junior
Wendy's.
bacon cheese.
Yeah, because I want to get a small enough size that I can enjoy it, get the delicious bacon flavor, but that it's going to fit within the context of my meal.
Sure.
Can I ask why you take the junior bacon cheese over just the Baconator or like the junior Baconator?
So I considered the Baconator, which I could eat part of and then just throw away. There's also a son of Baconator, but it's like kind of a lot. I mean, it's
a lot.
filling. It's a lot to take in. I'm sitting down to eat 6 fast food items. I just don't know that I need a Baconator, which is a perfectly legitimate tasting food, but it's just like a really rich taste.
It's
I
a whole
think
lot.
in the other guys, the scene where like we're being introduced to David Ershon, the guy who is conning the New York Police Department, and he's like doing a speech about American excess. I'm pretty sure one of the 3 things he lists is the Baconator.
Is the Baconator.
Like the best symbols of Americans just
It's
going way
now
too
that you
far.
mention it, that word sounds too normal. It sounds more normal than it should. Like just
Baconator,
saying
yeah.
it, Baconator. It sounds
We
like
should
it's
all be
too
disgusted
much in
every
the
time we say it.
Yeah, every time we hear it, we should laugh and say
Yeah.
that would be absurd if that existed.
I know,
But
it's just so normal.
it's in the zeitgeist.
This is America.
All right, for my next item here, I'm going to go to an item I think neither of you is going to take, but I can't risk it because it's the only one that I know of its type. And I love these things.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to the non-fry side.
No.
And I'm going to go to Long John Silver's
Oh.
to get Hush Puppies.
Okay.
To get what?
To get
Hush
Hush
Puppies.
Puppies.
Hush puppies.
Hush Puppies
Wow.
are a delicious
Hush puppies are
food.
fantastic.
And they are really hard to find outside of like traditional sit-down restaurants.
Sure.
This is the only place that you can get them. Now, I will say there are Hush Puppies at Cookout, but it doesn't meet our qualifications. Maybe there are other regional restaurants, but like Long John Silver's has 8,000 locations or something like that. It's global. That's enough for me to get some damn Hush Puppies, which are just truly a wonderful treat that's unlike anything else. I didn't want to risk it getting taken. So I will take it high, even though I acknowledge that it's like not better than some of the items I will take later.
So I'm going to ask our resident expert here. Long John Silver's versus Captain Dees. I have not been to either. Is there a clear favorite here?
Am I the expert being
Yes,
quoted?
you are the expert.
I think
definitely
Long
not
John
me.
Silver's is I think Captain D's is trash. But I also have not had Captain D since I was like 4, and I grew up eating Long John Silver's. My mom really liked Long John Silver's. Does Captain D's have the little crunchies? Like that's like half the reason you go to Long
I think
John Silver's.
Cracklins.
No idea.
If you're not familiar with it, when they batter and bread like the fish or the chicken, I never got the fish. Fast food fish is kind of weird to me, so I get chicken. But
Yeah.
they always over batter it, and so a bunch of like little fried bits.
It's called
breading.
Cracklins. I'm pretty sure it's called
Yeah.
Cracklins. Yeah.
I don't think they call them cracklins at Long John Silver's. They're not
Oh.
that legitimate. But so basically, you get a bunch of crunchy batter pieces that are delicious, and it was like the best part of going to Long John Silver's was that. So there you go, a little sidetracked. But
Well, I
Yeah,
love
never,
Hush
eat-
Puppies.
never eaten it either. But yeah, I mean, Hush Puppies are fantastic. I just
there's
don't
no other fast food Hush Puppy, right, that you're gonna get.
I
so.
wouldn't think so. But I just don't know if they're any good at Long John Silver's. I mean, you can
They're not great. but
not
they're
execute
fine.
on a Hush Puppy.
They're
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
They're good
All right,
enough. They're good enough that it's enjoyable. When I was a kid, my mom and I would get Long John Silver's, and each item comes with a side and a Hush Puppy, and I would get an extra coleslaw, and she would trade me one of her Hush Puppies for my coleslaw. So I would have 3 Hush Puppies and no coleslaw.
There's an economy of scale here.
That's that.
Yes.
Wait. So you would trade your coleslaw for Hush Puppies?
Yeah, I didn't
What
like
a
coleslaw,
trade
so
that is!
I was just
no,
getting
that's an
her
incredible
coleslaw.
trade by you.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh no,
value.
I used to get both Hush Puppies, but then she wanted a Hush Puppy, so I would just let her have one, and then I'd get.
I mean,
3.
it's still a fantastic trade. Trading away a complete undesirable in fast food coleslaw for a Hush Puppy.
Thank you. I thought it was a great deal even back then.
I like coleslaw from like a restaurant or like a good barbecue where somebody's making it or something. But yeah, like Zaxby's or other fast food joints when they make some coleslaw, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
always
fast food
sub the
coleslaw's
coleslaw for something else. Zaxby's, it's sub coleslaw for extra fries every time.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know where to go here. I think I'm gonna go for my non-fry side as well, mostly because we talked about how there's kind of a.
I think I know exactly what you're gonna pick just from.
I think you don't, but maybe you do. I don't know.
Actually, no, never mind. Sorry, that's gonna be your flex item. I know what your flex item is gonna be. I think.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see on that. Unlike the burgers, which you talked about, there's kind of like a lack of great burgers from the the fast food restaurants that meet our criteria for this draft. I feel like there's a ton of elite fries. So I'm not surprised there haven't been any fries taken yet, because I feel like we're all gonna get good fries, no matter where we take our fries.
Yep.
I really like onion rings a lot. Like I sub fries or onion rings pretty much any opportunity that I get. And I honestly don't really know which place has the best onion rings, but something told me in my prep for this that it's Sonic. I feel like I remember liking Sonic's onion rings a lot. I could be dead wrong about that. And I feel like Sonic used to be much higher quality than it is now, but there are still some things that they do well. So I'm going to take Sonic onion rings to get my onion ring kick here as my non-fry side.
I can confirm. I'm pretty sure they are good. It's been a while.
They look good.
Had them. Yeah.
I also will say the level of the floor at Sonic is really good. Like there's just not a lot of bad food on the menu.
That's true.
Sonic is mad underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Restaurant. Nothing is amazing, but a lot of great stuff.
And great for if you have a ton of people in the car who all want different stuff.
Very different things.
Because there's a lot to choose from.
Definitely. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Sonic is revisited later in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Preston, you're up once again, my friend.
So I was really, really hoping a non-fry side would drop to me. And it has, but now with both of my competitors here already taking that slot, maybe I should let it fall a little bit. But there's not really anything else that outwardly speaks to me. So I'm just going to build
plus we got to know. We got to know what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to build my perfect fast food meal.
I mean,
here.
Somebody could take it in their flex.
It's true.
It's true.
It's not totally safe.
I'm going to build my perfect fast food meal here. I'm going to stand in my own truth and chase my own bliss. Which when I have done that in this draft, it has gone well. When I have stopped trying to anticipate, the internet and instead just gone with what I know to be true. So I'm taking mozzarella sticks as my non-fry side from Arby's.
From where? From Arby's, okay.
Arby's.
That was another one I had considered.
Is there another place that does mozzarella sticks?
Not that I could find.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
Not that qualifies here. I think occasionally Burger King has them as a specialty.
They can't be good though.
No
way Burger King does mozzarella
You
sticks.
can't
well.
really you can't make mozzarella sticks that bad though. It's literally
if anyone can.
I've had some pretty
if
bad
anyone
ones.
can, it's Burger King.
I think I've had bad ones at the movie theater. If you
why would you get mozzarella sticks at the movie theater?
I think they were buy one get one free, and somebody was with me, and so I was like, I'll take some hot sticks. How bad could they be? And the breading was bad, but mostly you're there for the mozzarella and whatever marinara you dip it in. It's fine.
Yeah, but anyways, I do think Arby's are actually pretty quality mozzarella sticks. So I'm really happy to get that one there. There weren't a lot of non-fry sides that I personally was really attracted to. I had considered some others that may come up later, but I took mozzarella sticks. And then I guess, because again, I don't really feel the need. I don't think you guys are going to take a second burger in your flex, so I'm going to wait. So I'm going to try and hop in on the fry game here. And this I feel like is really tough, because Daniel did mention
the fry run.
The top end is very strong. But people are very, very opinionated about this. They won't get mad if they have to get a certain French fry over another, but people very often will pick their restaurant based on the fries because they know that they're better. So I'm going to take one that is the only one of its kind and hope that the voters give me some points for that. So I'm thinking Arby's, and I'm going to get the Arby's curly fries.
That's a strong
back-to-back Arby's picks.
Yep.
Now, I will say, I think Arby's fries are absolutely elite tier. Great seasoning. I love the curliness. Just phenomenal, elite tier curly fries that you could get really just about at any sit-down restaurant even. My one qualm would be that you got your Frosty to dip fries in, and I am not convinced that Arby's seasoned curly fries are the ideal fry for dipping in a Frosty.
It's a fair point. But, as Keith said, not everybody is on that train. So I can't say I've ever driven to Wendy's, gotten a Frosty, and then been like, ooh, I'm thinking Arby's, and then gone all the way to Arby's to get some curly fries and give that a shot. But I agree with you. It could turn out strange.
I disagree. I think that they're going to taste perfectly fine in there. Your goal is to get salty and sweet, and you're going to achieve that.
Well, this
I do
from
think
the
there
guy
could
who
be
doesn't
some
like fries in a Frosty.
It's not my favorite, but I don't think it's
man.
bad. I mean, I think that I do think there's some like logistical issues. Curly fries are
They're
not
going to break.
very,
They're not going to stand up.
They don't have a lot of constitution to them.
But you always get those
strength.
pieces in Arby's fries that are just basically giant letter C's that are just big curves that didn't really attach to anything. They're kind of the ends. Yeah, so I think it's still doable.
Okay.
All right. The logistics puzzle me. But
just a lot of
fry.
question marks,
Delicious
we'll
fry.
both say. But on their own, great fries. I think we all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since Preston took fries, but didn't take what I feel like would be the number one fries on a lot of people's boards, I guess I'll go ahead and do that. I feel like these fries are famous for being the best fast food fry, so I'm going to take McDonald's French fries.
I'm not surprised.
Here's my gripe, because I do think when you get what everybody thinks of as McDonald's French fries, they might be the best. I'm definitely going for some flair factor here, right, with my curliness. But McDonald's as itself is very inconsistent. Sometimes you get them and they are undercooked. Sometimes you get them and they are overcooked. Sometimes they are too salty. Sometimes
Way
they haven't
too
been salted
salty.
at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
so
fair.
I get it if people want to vote on this and just consider their ideal version of every food, but I feel like we have to consider like the amount of times you've eaten McDonald's fries and they've actually tasted like how they're supposed to taste. I literally got some this afternoon that tasted like they've been sitting out for like 2.5 hours.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely picturing, idyllic McDonald's fries, which I do think are probably. I mean, they have like a cult-like following. I feel the McDonald's fry.
It's probably the best. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that they are like the ideal for what people like. That's what everybody's chasing when they're trying to make a great fry. Mm-hmm. In my research, I read, I believe, a Ringer article about the best fast food items.
The top 50.
And someone was
I also read
cited the McDonald's fries, and they said that they went to like a nice fancy restaurant, and somebody commented that the fries of the restaurant were good because they taste like McDonald's fries.
Wow.
And like, if you go to a nice place and the fries are like, oh, these are good because they're close to what McDonald's does every day, then that's a great sign for your fries.
Not bad. Yeah, so happy to get McDonald's fries there. And I will say I had Arby's as my number 2 fries. So it's not like we had a huge discrepancy in value there. Yeah, both great fries. Okay, Keith, again, 2 picks.
All right. So I'm up next, and unlike you guys, I do see the fry category mostly the same. I think I probably but I had 3 at my top tier. There were 3 fries, so I felt really comfortable because I was pretty confident that I was going to get one of my 3, and so I'm going to end up getting the one that I wanted here. And this actually goes directly to the point that Preston was making about the McDonald's fries, which is that you do get 1 out of 5 or whatever, you get a bad batch, and they're like cold, or they're super soggy, or they're like really stringy, and you're like, come on, this is not what I ordered. I will say, in all the times that I've eaten the fries from this place, I have never had a bad batch. They taste exactly the same every damn time, and that's very, very good. And that are the Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Mm-hmm. They were my 3rd as well.
Every single time. I don't know how it's possible that they're uniform, but they are. And they're very, very good fries. They carry sauces very well, of which Chick-fil-A has a number of really good ones.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like a great vehicle for actually getting dips to you. And they're just well made. They're well made fries, and maybe slightly underrated given how highly people think of McDonald's and how highly we think of Arby's curly fries. I might say the Chick-fil-A waffle fries are better than the curly fries. Maybe.
So are you guys fry dippers, whether it be a sauce or ketchup or mayo or whatever?
Depends on where I'm going, but with Chick-fil-A, certainly. Yeah, absolutely. Even though they taste like great on their own, Chick-fil-A's selection of sauces is like very so good that I get to decide a different one I'm gonna get each time I go, and they're all so good.
Chick-fil-A does have great sauces. I'm excited to pair them with my chicken nuggets I took in the first round.
Which, by the way, we should talk about in the second half of the show of with our meal, what sauces are we going for from any restaurant?
Oh, I like that actually. That's a good idea.
I was a big fry dipper when I was younger, and I've grown more and more into just eating fries straight up. I don't know why that is. Especially McDonald's fries. I don't want anything else in the way. Just give me the fry and let's get to work.
I have a theory that your fast food habits change when you get more into a schedule of driving your car. What you order changes and how you eat it changes because you are currently driving while you eat them. Because that is the time I am eating fast food most often, is in the car, because that's
particularly
fries.
What it's for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially fries.
So if I have to decide the fries that are best, knowing that I cannot safely dip them and not crash into a telephone pole, then that's a different calculation than what else we're going to consider.
Yeah, I pretty much never dip. They have to be pretty bad fries for me to like, and I would really only ever put them in ketchup, I think.
Do you guys think it's fair that McDonald's gets specific versions of crap that everybody else gets? They have their own version of Coke and their own version of ketchup. It's not super
part of the
fair.
appeal, man. Part of the appeal.
That's just how it is. McDonald's also controls the price of potatoes and chicken in the global market because they are the largest purchaser of those things.
I'm sure that's true. Yeah.
They have a lot of competitive advantages.
It wouldn't surprise me if they controlled Disney and Viacom too. I don't know. They're big time players.
Or the American government.
Yeah.
Did you know Ray Kroc was actually a part of the Knights Templar?
This can't be true. Really?
That's not true at all, no.
Okay. Wait, I was going along for the ride, though. I was there.
He was a Freemason?
McDonald's trivia. I think he's still alive.
There was a McDonald's buffet. There was a McDonald's buffet in the White House less than, 2 years ago? Something like that?
I think Ray Kroc got surgery and is now Kanye West. I'm pretty confident.
Interesting.
It all makes sense. It all makes so much sense now.
Look, I will tell you, if you do want an actual true McDonald's fun fact, the nugget, the chicken nugget, was invented for McDonald's.
I did know that.
Wow, really?
The McNugget is the first chicken nugget. They went to Purdue Chicken and were like, hey, we need to sell chicken to kids, and we need to use this chicken byproduct. What can we do? And they're like, here you go. Chicken nuggets.
I didn't know that.
The original
the more you know.
nugget. There you go.
Wow. See, guys, this is an educational podcast.
Yeah, you learned so much.
Next time somebody yells at you and says you could be doing something else with this hour of your life, point to this moment right here and say, I learned something.
Valuable information.
All right, I'm going to make my next pick really slowly just for the people listening to this on 2X.
I love it.
I caught you off guard. Now you hear me at normal speed. I'm just kidding.
You have to make the whole pick. You got to commit now.
I do recommend every once in a while. I'm a person who I do a lot of 1.4 and 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
I do recommend listening to something very thoughtful and intellectual at 0.5 at some point, because it sounds like everybody's totally just wasted,
drunk off their
just so drunk. But they're trying to make really cogent thoughts, so it makes them sound like one of those people who's trying to talk about a conspiracy theory while wasted. So it's very fun. Very fun.
Wow, yeah.
Ray Kroc being a Freemason.
Do you really want me to do the rest in slow-mo?
No.
No. The joke has played its course, I would say, Keith.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm going to go to my side item here. I actually or my flex item. I thought about going to my flex way earlier, but I really have been struggling between two items. But I finally am ready to make my decision. So come back to me, and we'll talk about what the second item is if it doesn't get drafted, or even if it does, I guess.
We have a whole second half of the show made just for that.
I know. I'm gonna take Sonic Cherry Limeade.
No,
as my flex, and I knew that was gonna be Daniel's pick. So
because I mentioned this before the draft, I shouldn't have done it. I knew it anyway, and I was gonna pick it. Either that or this other item, but. Now that I know for sure that we're sitting down and having a meal with all this, I gotta take the cherry limeade over the other item, which is a little bit more substantial and wouldn't have fit as well.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to say about Sonic's Cherry Limeade. If you haven't had it, have it. Cherry Limeade's just an inherently delicious thing. It's basically the only one of its kind. It's fantastic. Another great reason to go to Sonic. It's the best thing at Sonic.
You say that, but I was going to ask, is it better or worse than the Firehouse Subs Cherry Limeade?
Well, Firehouse, not available because there's no drive-thru at Firehouse.
Agreed.
Right, but not for a pick. I'm
just
just saying,
hypothetically.
when I make my
Sure.
future decisions.
Ooh, that is pretty close. Firehouse Subs Cherry Limeade is
real good.
Really good. I think the best part about Firehouse Subs Cherry Limeade is eating it while having some insanely hot sauce, or drinking it while you have that crazy hot sauce that they have.
You also
at
get
Firehouse,
refills.
and that makes it taste better.
Which you don't get at Sonic.
And you get refills. So maybe that's it. I think maybe just like heads up taste, I would say Sonic though.
It is hard. I mean, they're both really good.
That's because Cherry Limeade is just delicious.
It's so good. It's really, really good. Yeah, I mean, you heard the anger in my voice. I'll be able to recover and still put a great team together here, but I definitely had Cherry Limeade lined up. I wonder if that was the only drink I had, I think, on as a prospective pick. I'm still banking on getting a regular fountain drink, but the value in getting a Cherry Limeade over a fountain drink is very, very high, I think. Mm-hmm. So great pick there from Keith, in my opinion. Now for my penultimate pick. I think I'm going to go for my flex as well. And I'm going to go to a restaurant that really doesn't fit into any of our categories, at least our main two food categories. And it's not a restaurant I eat at very often, so I'm kind of I don't really know which thing is the best to go for here. But I think I'm going to go with Taco Bell's Belgrande nachos.
Oh! Sorry. That was
that.
way too
No,
loud for our listeners. But that was so...
I love
didn't
that
think
reaction
either
so
of you
much.
were going to go that direction. I did not think that.
I'm shocked that because Taco Bell literally you can basically only get it as flex. Like there's almost
Right.
no other category for Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that this is the Taco Bell item getting picked.
Really? You think so?
Very surprised.
I think the
Very
nachos Belgrande are the best item they make. That's my
This is
take.
huge for me.
I do not think that I think that there are other items that would play better with the voters.
That's probably true. So I was considering the Doritos Los Tacos or whatever the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what it's. I don't even know.
You
I
act
don't
like
even
you've
Taco
never
Bell.
you've never even left your house before. You don't even know what it's called.
Can't even speak broken Spanish.
It's been like 5 months since I've left my house. But I also don't need a Taco Bell. So this is definitely a pick for the popular people, which I guess I floundered according to Keith. But for me, I didn't think it was necessarily the best. I just thought it was like a good thing that would complement the other things I have well. I didn't want to go for like a taco box or whatever because I just felt like too much food, and I feel like getting nachos is a good addition to.
It's almost like a good
chicken in my
appetizer.
burger. Yeah, exactly.
So it is my pick, right, guys?
Yeah, back to backs.
Okay. So I'm gonna finish up my team
your last
here.
2 picks here.
My last 2 picks here. I'm pretty. I'm not super happy about the Nachos Belgrande getting taken, but that does leave some other stuff at Taco Bell open. But first, I'm just gonna get the obvious choice here, which is one of my go-tos, which is the Big Mac. Any reactions there?
No, I mean I feel like it's the obvious burger left.
Standard staple.
Yeah.
Burger. I don't know that I don't think it's better than some of the other McDonald's burgers necessarily, but whatever, it's fine.
I'm not sure that it is either, but a lot of my team is built around the unique items you get from different places, and it's certainly different than a lot of other items.
Iconic.
I also
You can't deny
probably would have gone with another place's burger, but it's just not well known enough, so I'm going for a little bit of wide appeal here.
We'll touch on that in the second half of the show.
Yeah. So, for my final flex spot, I definitely want to take a Taco Bell item. I mean, like I am probably unhealthily into Taco Bell. In a point where I would not be surprised if when I went downstairs after this recording, my family was all there and they had notes written out talking to me about my unhealthy addiction to Taco Bell. So I think, I'm just going to go what I would get. That's not the Nachos Belgrande. And I'm going to go with the Crunchwrap Supreme. Again, I feel like a unique item. I feel like it appeals to a lot of different people. And it's a nice finish out to my team.
So I do not enjoy the Crunchwrap Supreme, but to my understanding, it is the most beloved item on the Taco Bell menu, as far as I can tell.
That doesn't surprise me. Part of the problem is I think people's biggest problems with Taco Bell are the beans. And the Crunchwrap Supreme standard has no beans on it. Which, by the way, Daniel, when you go place this order after here, I want you to get beans taken off of those nachos Belgrande. You gotta treat them right.
Good tip. Yeah. I really never eat a Taco Bell. What's a Crunchwrap Supreme? It's like a burrito with the crunchy thing in it.
It's a folded top tortilla that has beef, lettuce, sour cream, cheese, and then it has a unfolded taco
shell in the middle,
almost like a chip. Yeah, like a chip. So it's quite nice. Yeah.
I mean, that is the place that Taco Bell shines, is texture. They just like do texture. They mess around with it in a way that's really delicious. It's the best aspect of their food.
It's true. They made a whole taco shell just out of cheese that they cooked for too long. I mean, just amazing. It's the innovation that we've seen in these last couple of years. It's just mind-blowing.
Okay. My last pick. I have to pick a dessert.
Oh, man, that sucks. That's so hard.
I know.
Yeah, it's rough.
I know. It's brutal because I ideally I wanted an ice cream dessert. And you two took the two clear best ones. So I don't really know what route to go. I could take I feel like the McFlurry is a popular one from McDonald's, but I'm not really a huge fan. I like the chocolate milkshake from McDonald's a lot. And actually I kind of like the simplicity of the Chick-Fil-A ice cream cone too. It's just like super simple vanilla ice cream. But I think I'm going to go with the McDonald's apple pie and just go a totally different route with my dessert than you two went. I feel, it's like calling it an apple pie is extremely generous. It's like extremely sweet. Is it even really apple filling and sweet breading?
It's
deep
its own
fried.
thing.
Yeah. It's like its own food group. It's
like closer to a toaster strudel than those frozen ones.
But way sweeter. I don't know. I rarely ever get them, but when I do, they really do have a little je ne sais quoi that other desserts don't quite match, I don't think, at least from the fast food venues.
I can appreciate the game theory at play here of going away from the ice cream desserts. I actually think that the Frosty is overrated and mostly as good as many of the other ice cream items.
No, that's right.
It's really just like, I feel like I'm on an island on this. So I'll grant that. It's like a good dessert, but I think that getting a little one that, like you talked about the simplicity of the little ice cream at Chick-fil-A, the little hot fudge sundae at McDonald's, same deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's roughly just as good.
No, certainly not.
I think that the McFlurry or a milkshake might have been a strong play here.
If you take any of those items from McDonald's, though, you are running about an 80% chance that the shake machine is broken when you try and go order.
Yeah,
true.
That's the thing. If you
like,
go to the
you
McFlurry,
might
you're
as
probably
well-
not getting a McFlurry.
Chick-fil-A does pretty good milkshakes.
Yeah, you're taking the guy in the draft who tore his ACL in his senior year of college, and you're just hoping. You're like, maybe he comes back the same. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, and usually in the 6th round that would be fine, but I need a specific slot filled here. So
Yeah.
I feel fine with going for the apple pie. I don't love it. I feel fine.
That dude
with
from
it.
Miami turned out all right.
Frank Gore?
Willis McGahee.
Oh yeah, McGahee, the one after Gore. He was pretty
literally
good.
the worst sports
Pro Bowler a
injury
few
I've ever
times.
seen.
Just real quick, hot take. I would take the Arby's turnover over the McDonald's.
I don't think
apple
I've
pie
had
any
that.
day.
Arby's also has a quite good shake called the Jamocha shake.
Oh,
baby.
yes, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's actually like an elite tier shake. I definitely should have taken that. Okay, Keith, you have the final pick. But wrap us up.
Yeah. So for me, I was under no pressure with this pick. Kind of like Preston mentioned earlier, I wasn't worried that anybody else was going to come back and grab something from me on this one. So I had the final chicken item. I was sad to miss out on the 2 chicken sandwiches. I was really hoping to get one. So don't get me wrong. I know that I'm getting a tier below those. And I struggled between 2 items. And since I know nobody else is going to pick, those were the chicken nuggets at Wendy's, which I think are the best of the chicken nuggets. Even better than the Chick-fil-A. I thought Chick-fil-A nuggets.
That's insane.
No, what? Are you
I
kidding
think
me?
Wendy's nuggets are really good.
Better than
but
Chick-fil-A?
I'm gonna go off the map here.
God.
I'm gonna go with a personal preference, and I know I'm exposing myself to a risk,
There you
but
go.
there could be some passionate fans out there. And when they see that item, they're going to be like, oh, I want to vote for that item because I know not other people don't like it. It's for me. So I'm going to go with the chicken bacon Swiss from Arby's. We're going back to Arby's.
It's really good.
They have some sort of like honey mustard sauce on it, I think, that is truly fantastic. I had no idea that it would be there, but bam, surprise, it was delicious. And it's my go-to of the mains at Arby's since then. It's a great underrated chicken sandwich.
I would say
so I'll go that way.
We've given Arby's a lot of love. I just want to take this time to say Arby's is extremely underrated. I feel like Arby's is often a punchline and people love to hate on Arby's. Arby's got a lot of really good stuff on the menu.
It's because their signature items, the roast beef stuff, it's a very narrow window of whether or not you like it. But everything else on the menu
just
still ends up being pretty good.
Yeah.
I kind
really
of disagree.
good.
I think they're really top heavy, and like the 6 things at Arby's that are good are all really good, and like after that you really don't want.
Yeah, but so get those 6 things.
How often are you ordering the 7th thing?
Yeah.
Never. I mean, we didn't even get to in this draft. I order way more food than I ever would.
Well, and also, Keith, everything you have said since Wendy's nuggets are better than Chick-fil-A nuggets has been irrelevant since that statement. So we stopped recording.
For me, he actually lost credibility after he knocked the Frosty. So.
Look, man, you didn't bring me on the show to just tell you what everybody wants to hear. Right?
No, that's certainly true. No, we brought you on the show so that Preston and I would have a guaranteed win.
It's true.
Who won our last draft? We didn't even bring that up.
Preston did. I think.
The Pokemon draft?
Yeah.
Damn right.
You finished third. I know that, Keith. You finished last.
Rough.
Yeah.
Arcanine was a good pick that attracted a lot of those like Pokemon hipsters for sure.
Yeah. I actually think.
Yeah, because it's such a hipster Pokemon, not like one of the most known, cool, every little kid boy loves this Pokemon.
I think at the time of recording, it's the only episode Preston has won. I think.
Oh, really? God.
I think so. You're currently leading the poll right now, but yeah.
If Preston beats me if Preston wins this one, I can't come back on the show because I can't give Preston this many W's.
You may have burned so many bridges with all your fast food takes. We couldn't possibly bring you on anyway. But anyway, that was the final
Most
pick
people
of the
won't see
draft.
that. They're just going to see the list.
And to recap the teams real quick, Keith has the Dairy Queen Blizzard, the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger from Wendy's, Hush Puppies from Long John Silver's, Chick-fil-A French Fries, Sonic Cherry Limeade, and the Chicken Bacon Swiss Sandwich from Arby's. I have the Chick-fil-A Chicken Nuggets, a double Whopper with cheese, of course, Sonic Onion Rings, McDonald's Fries, the Belgrande, I think it's Tacos Belgrande, I think is how they're said.
It's the Nachos Belgrande.
Nachos Belgrande.
Okay.
You saying Tacos Belgrande?
Yeah, sorry.
Give me the biggest tacos you have.
No, sorry, Nachos. Yeah, I write down in pen what we draft as we go, so you don't hear my typing on the keyboard. And the nachos got a little blurred, so it looked maybe like tacos. I couldn't tell. Anyway, the Nachos Belgrande. Thank you, boys. And the McDonald's apple pie. And then Preston has the Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich. We saved himself on that one. The Frosty from Wendy's, the Arby's mozzarella sticks, Arby's curly fries, big Arby's flavor there from Preston, the McDonald's Big Mac, and the Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. We'll be back after a quick breather to break all those down. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back in a little peek behind the curtain. Preston just ordered himself dinner in our halftime break. And he did.
It made me hungry
to
talking
be
about all this.
Food to be delivered to the house, presumably. And he did not order the meal he just drafted. So take that how you will, people voting. He doesn't even believe in his own meal enough to order it for dinner.
I'm not gonna
Did you take a single item, like even one of the things you drafted?
I'm not going to make a delivery person go to 6 different restaurants. Also,
yeah, but did you get any of them? Even one of these items?
If a restaurant has a drive-thru, I'm not ordering it from home. I'm just going to get in the car and go get it. Like, if it's a drive-thru and I don't have to get out of the car. But no, I ordered some really excellent chicken wings from a place near my house. And I will not be judged.
Did you order one of the things on my menu? Because then,
yeah, that's a dead giveaway. No.
Oh, no. Damn.
I got some delicious chicken wings.
Could have gotten chicken wings from, like, Zaxby's or something. That actually would have been pretty good. But anyway, that kind of leads me to my usual first question, which is, what food item did you guys want to draft, but just kind of ran out of room or didn't quite fit it into your team for whatever reason?
Well, I'll start. There were only 2 things I wrote under the non-fry side. One was mozzarella sticks, which I got, so I never really came back to this item. But the Sonic Tots are a very good fry replacement.
That was on my non-fry side list.
It feels strange to have a meal with both fries and tots, but I don't really hate it. So I definitely, if we'd had maybe another flex spot or another non-fry side, I would have come back to that. Also, I was just kind of genuinely surprised that KFC was not touched at all, especially with the sides they have that are non-traditional fast food sides, like mashed potatoes and stuff like that. Was not even mentioned in our draft.
I just don't eat KFC very much.
Oh man, I wonder if I should have gotten KFC's Original Chicken.
I was thinking that when you took the last Arby's chicken sandwich, because that's a deep cut, and the KFC Original Chicken's like a headliner.
I know. I'm looking back at my team, and I'm like, maybe I went a little too off the board, and that KFC original recipe is delicious. The chicken quality is pretty low, but the seasoning is really damn good.
Just pull the skins off. There you go.
Seriously, can I just order skins? Come on, man.
Probably shortly. That's got to be something KFC will do the next couple years, right?
If they haven't, Taco Bell is gonna. They're crazy. Right?
We made a taco out of the KFC chicken skin.
Seriously, that's a very real thing that can happen.
Yeah.
The items that I like, there's the thing that I thought about taking for my flex was a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell. Another great textural item. It's soft, crunchy, gooey, very delicious, salty food. Another one I thought about was the non-fry sides. Is I love Boston Market's mac and cheese.
Oh, so
I
good.
think Boston Market's mac and cheese tastes better than a lot of homemade mac and cheese.
I've
Absolutely.
never eaten Boston Market.
It's to me the standard of readily available mac and cheese.
Yeah, and I didn't even really consider Boston Market as fast food, but it's significantly faster than other places we kind of mentioned as being close.
I think it hits the marks. It's got the locations, it's got drive-thrus, and it's got combos. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, their mac and cheese. There were times for work. I used to work very close to a Boston Market, and on my 1 hour lunch break, I would go and just get the large side item of mac and cheese, and that would be the whole lunch. That's it.
Me and you both, brother.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Maybe throw in a piece of cornbread if the lady at the counter really likes me. Throw in a piece of cornbread on that, and you're set.
Did anybody consider a biscuit? Since we're talking about chicken places?
I did Popeye's biscuits. Were on my short list.
I think Popeyes are probably the best of the major biscuits, but
big fan of Bojangles. I don't know if Bojangles meets the location requirements, but I would say Bojangles gives Popeyes a run for their money. I mean, the meme now with Popeyes is when you eat a biscuit, you're gonna die because you can't breathe because of all the powder in your mouth. I definitely think Bojangles is better on that category.
No way, not a chance. Popeyes biscuits are unbelievably good. Unbelievable.
I often will get a second biscuit instead of a side at Popeyes.
Unreal good. For me, the thing was it's actually probably my most consumed fast food item, which is the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, which I think is just a great chicken sandwich. Also, I mean, Whataburger is my favorite fast food place, so I was very sad that it didn't meet the locations requirement to be in our draft, but the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's is choice. So
very solid.
Okay.
Very solid entry.
I was definitely a big Checkers and Rally's guy when I was in college too. I'm a little upset I couldn't find a way to fit them in on our list here.
Yeah, there's definitely some restaurants I think I really would have liked to get Cookout if possible for dessert or for the Hush Puppies, but say lovey.
Yeah, Culver's for cheese curds as well. If they had met
cheese
the,
curds. Okay,
Oh my
if Culver's was in this, is cheese curds the easy number one non-fry side?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say number one
it's-
pick, and I wasn't ready to go there. But yeah, definitely number one non-fry side.
Absolutely.
I honestly might be willing to take them first. Maybe the Blizzard's better,
I think
but
the Blizzard's
after
better.
that, I think
Blizzard's better.
I think the Culver's
Non-fry
sides
sides are not a priority for every restaurant. They're one of the only ones that actually has it as part of a menu.
Yeah, their
A
standard
non-fry
side
item.
is a non-fry side.
I wonder
Yeah.
if we're biased because we're not from the area, so cheese curds are not a thing we just get. And so
That's
if you're
true.
from the Midwest where Culver's is served, you're they're pretty crappy cheese
Oh,
curds.
they're definitely not great cheese curds, but they're still cheese curds. So like they're still.
But they're still cheese curds from a drive-thru,
awesome.
which is like an amazing thing.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. Preston wanted to ask this, and I like the question. This is not something we usually ask, obviously. What fast food sauce, if you guys could add one sauce to your current meal, would you take? We can give Preston the first pick since he had the last pick in the normal draft.
Yeah, I think so. I have two like favorite sauces. One of them was mentioned on the show. Chick-fil-A sauce is very high up for me. I think it kind of goes great with everything. But I also really like Arby's honey mustard. I'm a big honey mustard guy. Some places do it bad, some places do it well. Arby's is like probably the best. McDonald's honey mustard, throw it in the trash. Like, don't even give it to an animal. Like, just throw it in the garbage. It's
Wow.
that bad.
Damn.
Yeah. It actually has influenced decisions of like, I would go get McDonald's because I'm craving chicken nuggets, but their honey mustard is so bad, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to drive an extra mile off the highway to go get something else.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A has a ton of great sauces. For me, Keith, you have to pick last here, man, because you had the first pick in the normal draft.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to take anything that you would be upset by. I really love Arby's horsey sauce. I love a horseradish sauce. It like stings the nostrils. I know that like most people probably won't agree with me with that, but when
I'm
I go
sure
to
it's not Arby's fault. I just don't like horseradish.
Yeah, horseradish is just an inherently gross.
No.
item.
I mean, I can see why you would not like it, but it's not inherently gross. I love horseradish, and it would go really well with my.
No,
with
if
my
you
onion
look at
rings.
the ingredients of horseradish sauce, the first thing is just gross. It just says gross.
I don't think that's the first ingredient anyway. But yeah, I really like a good horseradish sauce, and Arby's makes a pretty good one. So I think I would for my meal. I wouldn't take that first. I would probably take like Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce or something like that. But yeah, I like.
I'd say you guys have said a lot of the best stuff. I do agree that the Arby's honey mustard is primo. Chick-fil-A sauce is great. We didn't specify that it has to be from the restaurants that we've already picked from. So, like, can I get some Zax sauce in here?
Sure.
From Zaxby's? That is a nice, tangy sauce.
Yeah.
For sure.
It gives a unique flavor, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely a great
choice.
sauce. The sauce kind of
Also,
makes Zaxby's.
Chick-fil-A's ranch, also good.
Yes.
Good sauce.
It's because they make it with buttermilk. It's the secret.
A little inside.
I like to
info.
put it on my spicy chicken sandwich.
Also,
now-
the reason their fries are better is because they make it with peanut oil, which I think everybody knows at this point, but that's what makes it better.
Now that you say that, I also meant to take the Chick-fil-A Lemonade as my specialty flex. The Chick-fil-A Lemonade is so unbelievably good. I think it's actually probably up there with the cherry limeade, but
Whoa.
yeah.
Ooh,
Aggressive.
It's that good.
Interesting.
It's that good. I've been described as a lemonade fiend, not inaccurately. So I'm a little biased, but Chick-fil-A makes really good lemonade. Just want to say that.
Wait, is it really too late for me to switch to KFC original recipe?
Yeah, definitely
Like, is
too
it
late. We're in the second half of the show,
Come on,
man.
man.
Come on. We have to rip.
Yeah, but
we have to rip.
But it
you
was
for
the
taking,
last. It was
I don't care.
the last pick made.
I don't care.
I mean, it was the most recent pick.
Doesn't matter. We're just
Nothing
about to rip
has
you.
changed.
We're just about to make fun of you for making the worst pick, which was when you took instead the chicken bacon Swiss from Arby's. So, Preston, what was the worst pick of the draft?
I mean, that kind of sounds like it.
Oh, no, I know what it is. It's not
It
that.
could
it
be.
wasn't.
It
I
could
don't
be some other stuff, but that kind of sounds like it. I've never had the Long John Silver's Hush Puppies, but I'm sure if they're just Hush Puppies, then that's totally fine. So I don't want to like crap on that too much. So yeah, it's the last one.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have a pick be the worst pick, the last pick feels like the best one. So like on that front, I'll take it. Obviously, in my opinion, my own pick is not the worst.
Well,
pick.
you're like
although-
lobbying to undo it, so maybe you do think it's the worst pick.
No, I just think there was a better item available, which maybe is part of it. But I think that's true for other picks that were made earlier in the draft. I'm not gonna lie. I think Arby's Mott Sticks. There were better non-fry sides.
Can you name some?
Some of which we discussed, like Boston Market's mac and cheese, Sonic's Tots would have been a nice option.
You think Sonic's Tots would be more appealing than Arby's mozzarella if you already had fries too?
Yes, I do. I mean,
Interesting.
you can have fries and onion rings. Like you can have a half and half. You know,
Yeah, but
like
fries and
50-50
onion rings are
or
made
whatever.
out of different stuff. Fries and tots are kind of made out of similar stuff.
That's fair. I mean,
And by similar, I mean
literally
the same.
thing. But they're clearly different items. Like I don't know, they're different. I think ordering fries and tots together is totally reasonable and probably delicious in most cases.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, there wasn't really one that was like a glaring choice like there often is. I think I'd probably have to pick the Hush Puppies just because I really was not expecting Hush Puppies to be taken. I mean, I did have difficulties taking, trying to come up with good non-fry sides. But something like we mentioned the Popeyes biscuits, even the Popeyes red beans and rice, I think, is like something I definitely would go to before taking Hush Puppies. But there was an emotional connection there for Keith, so hard to knock him too much.
Biscuits did not cross my mind until after we were done. I still think I'd take the Hush Puppies, but like I would also take the biscuits over the Mott Sticks. I think we missed the boat on biscuits.
I just think the biscuits are a lot, and when you're getting so much food as we're getting here, it's kind of hard to work the biscuit in as well, as delicious as they may be.
All right, I have a guest question.
Wow, this has never been done before, unprecedented. But hey, that's what we do for our first recurring guest. So
unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented is too obvious. So I tried to do it with premise. If you were taking a breakfast item, if we had a breakfast category, what would be your number one pick?
Ooh.
So I feel like mine's probably different than some other people's, but the chicken, egg, and cheese bagel from Chick-fil-A is probably my favorite breakfast item.
Wow.
From any of these places,
Interesting.
at least.
Seems
their
kind of
bagel
outrageous.
is like surprisingly good. Their bagel's
It just seems outrageous to me to go to Chick-fil-A and be like, I need a bagel instead of a delicious biscuit.
Yeah.
So first of all, the chicken patty, I guess you'd call it, you get with the chicken, egg, and cheese bagel is like way bigger. If I'm getting a Chick-fil-A biscuit, I need like at least two. But
that
like
makes sense.
The chicken, egg, and cheese bagel like is like a perfectly filling thing for someone who doesn't eat a lot of breakfast, which is myself.
I would definitely take the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit, which they no longer serve for reasons that are unclear to me. Please bring it back. Stop this bullshit. The people demand it. This is the next frontier revolution here. But also shout out to the Sonic breakfast burrito. Mm-hmm. Really good item.
For me, it's the and this is maybe simpler than what you guys went with, but I just really love the sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's.
It is so
it's
good.
So
for
good
a check.
every single time. Oh man, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Man,
I actually prefer it. I don't think their biscuits are that good, and I prefer it as a McMuffin. I prefer it.
Oh no, not into the McMuffins. I really like the McDonald's biscuits, but I just think they're so good and fluffy and salty and.
I think I've had some bad experiences with McDonald's breakfast. I think the one word I can use to describe it is it's a little too wet for me. Like, what? It's just very strange, but
Preston
like the McGriddles are like
these weird.
The McGriddle is like someone gave you your breakfast bread and soaked it
in syrup
for just too long.
Yeah,
that's the whole point
syrup.
of it.
Like
that's the
what
point
you
of
do
it.
With like 50% of
the whole thing is just like it's like
function,
made so it can be
bug.
efficiently jammed down your gullet. Like I don't know,
a feature I should say.
So do you get pancakes and they're like, oh, these are too wet when I put the syrup on them? Let me just eat them dry.
You know what? Since you asked, I do not put syrup on pancakes. So
I just put sugar.
What do you put on your pancakes?
Granulated sugar.
I'm not a big syrup guy. So because of that, I'm usually more of a waffle guy than I am a pancake guy.
What do you put on the waffles?
Fruit? Butter.
Jam?
Just butter.
Like jam? Just butter?
What? Butter. Like that little Waffle House butter packet.
No sweet thing. No jam. No.
Oh no. I mean, I have put jam on it before, but no, it's not okay. If I had pancakes because somebody brought them to me because I'm like staying at somebody's place and they had made pancakes, I would put syrup on them because that I think is the ideal way to eat pancakes. But I am not going out of my way to eat pancakes with syrup on them.
I cannot believe this.
I want to thank you. I want to give you a big hug right now.
It's because you were going to get absolutely roasted and now it's going to be
out
me.
weirded.
Like saved the last 5 minutes of the pod.
I thank you for acing yourself in the last moment. For falling on the sword.
It is literally why I am on this show, is to make some incredibly irrational decision